TCC has done an amazing job in contacting their member groups and members of the public to come up with these particular questions, but it wasn't always easy. So I'd like to ask, what will you do to restore trust in politics?
And good question. Can we have Monty Kennard first, please, on that?
Yeah, I think that trust starts with honesty, and that means for me being willing to say I don't know when I don't know, and then going away and speaking to the right people and coming back with a proper answer. I think too much of politics is built on pretending to have all the answers instead of actually listening and learning. It also means being independent in how I act as an independent candidate. I don't have a party whip to follow, no party line to stick to, and no leadership telling me how to vote. That allows me to look at each issue with its own merits and make decisions based on what is actually best for the constituency, not what suits a party position. Alongside that, people need to see their representative and be able to reach them, and as all members of Senate do, but I want to just have regular social and regular local engagement and clear communication with constituents, and being visible as much as possible. In the end, trust isn't built through promises. It's rebuilt by being straightforward and listening properly and doing what you said you're going to do. And that's exactly what I plan on doing. Thank you.
Diolch yn fawr. Thank you indeed. Can we have Sian Gwenllian Plaid Cymru next, please?
This is a really important question, isn't it? And one that I do get asked on the doorstep quite often, or one where I'm told on the doorstep, I don't trust you. I don't trust any politician. So basically, I'm not going to be voting at all, which is really bad for democracy when people say that to you. But I try and say to them, well, you know, I'm from Plaid Cymru. Our local communities are really important for us. We work in our communities with our communities, and we as a party are not tied to the London parties. We're not tied to anybody in Westminster, and we don't have to be part of that chaos, which is giving politicians a bad name. You know, we stand up for the interests of Wales and the people living in Wales, and we don't have to be part of the yaboo politics, I call it, that goes on in Westminster. I think honesty is crucially important, not to overpromise, but on the other hand, to actually deliver on promises. And I hope, you know, as a member of the Senedd for the past 10 years, people have got to trust me, and they have seen that I do deliver on the promises that I put forward when I was standing for election at the start. Okay, and so, you know, being accessible is really important as well. And I've continuously held surgeries and gone out on street surgeries as well. I think it's really important for us to actually find people as well as wait for people to come to us, and you know, we can build that trust slowly but surely. We can build that trust in that way.
Diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you indeed for that. Alan Davies, Conservative.
I think Alan has left. I saw.
I think we lost him.
Well, have we? I wasn't looking at the participants.
I saw a message coming up. Yeah. Alan Davies has left.
All right. Okay. Oh. Okay. I know they said 8 o'clock, but okay. I'll have a look if he comes back in at one point. Can we have hand over to Jeremy Davies from Gwynedd, please?
Yeah, do you know, well, I think even tonight is a step forward, because I look at what the media are doing, and I don't think they do politics any favour, really. I even look at Question Time, and it becomes very aggressive, putting parties against each other. And I think what you're doing now would fare us all far better if it was something which happened more regularly, where rather than the hustings that we were giving an opportunity, I think we're listening closer to what each other say, not interrupting, sitting back, listening to each other. And that is a great deal of help. There's a lot of apathy within people, and we're losing that democracy. If they were living in other countries where the democracy isn't there, then they'd have issues. But I think they're all sitting back, and when the election comes, making their own conclusion rather than watching things as they happen throughout the year. I do think we're going into a cycle at the moment where we're going down. The economy has turned, and I would like to see more politicians from businesses, leaders who have been team leaders. I think what we've seen in Wales for the past 25 years, to have a party in power for 25 years, there is something drastically wrong there, and that shouldn't have happened, because it's passed over from hand to hand, and we find as a small party trying to make any impact is very difficult. The main parties have the control. So I think there is a great deal that we can do to bring new faces in, independent characters, but candidates, sorry, but definitely new faces, new blood, and encourage more young people to be involved and engaged with politics.
Thank you. Thank you.